host QYZ, and you are not just watching any other podcast. You're not just watching any podcast on the internet. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Clout.WAV. And trust me, I'm not the main event, not anymore. When you have the legend, the GOAT, the young apprentice and ward of the cosmos, Subtle Fraudulence. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, minus the weird camera issue that's going on here with Discord. But besides that, doing okay, doing all right. The world is still turning, and we've got some very, very weird things that are always happening in this world for us to talk about. So
Look. All I'm saying is I don't understand like how thirst has gotten people to this point to where we could just start overlooking some of the most simple things. I'm talking about tattletale signs of this person should probably not keep getting opportunities to keep representing a scene and or community because they left nothing more than let's just say a myriad of breadcrumbs to showcase that they are not what we would call good people, trustworthy folks, people of the utmost honor. Like, these are not people that you want to have around. And for those of you who don't know, we are talking about one chibi goddess, aka Cynthia. And as you all know, the Queens of Quarantine fighting game, tournament circuit and all that type of stuff has been swept under the rug. It's going to be rebranded and it's going to be remolded. It's going to be changed for the better into something else. Now, we haven't 100% heard the plans on what they're going to change it to and how they're going to rebrand it, or if they're just going to look in a whole new direction with a brand new audience in tow. But you may be asking, all right, this is all sounding a little bit weird, and I understand that they might have to rebrand, but why would they have to rebrand? What did this Cynthia do? Well, if you want to go back and follow these breadcrumbs, you can go back as far as half a decade ago. You can find out she was partnered with MVG, but apparently during that partnership, she decided, hey, those funds that were meant for the Florida MVG team? Well, don't worry. I'm going to pocket the money and going to go ahead and misuse them, and I'm going to use them to fund a Vegas trip. I know, you think I'm making some Hollywood script up here, but no, you could dive into the Carfax yourselves. And then they can always say, hey, look, people tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're just a toxic individual, but hey, it's only one fuck up, right? Then their next thing during their next escapade with MVG, she took it upon herself to establish unsanctioned employment opportunities with a number of individuals to work with MVG. Only one problem. She is not in a hiring position. She is not in a managerial role. She has no bearing on content creation or client relations. Like, it's not her job to facilitate those needs. Not to mention, it was one of those, don't worry, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You'll get things like an increase in metrics and numbers, exposure, and grandiose opportunities in the esports realm. Only to realize that none of these things were going to come about. And these are all things that were just made up in her head, using to sell whatever she wanted to pitch and ask for a return for her own self-indulging benefits. It was greed. Nothing short of greed. I'll promise you that you'll get this, that, when she could offer none of it, and it wasn't her clout to even fucking offer, only to just turn around and be like, you know what? I stole from all you people, and it's perfectly fine. What are you going to do to me? Well, the answer seemed to be nothing, because then she jumps on to do the whole thing with Mewtwo King, and I don't know if you guys know about that. That's a whole can of worms that I'm not going to fully dissect, but I don't think I've seen a person so disrespected in just 4 iPhone text bubbles. Like, have you?
I have not.
Like,
and
dude was down bad on that one, bro.
He didn't even know what was going on. The poor man was just trying to work out. He was just trying to have a good time at the gym on the treadmill. And, this girl decides to text her a boyfriend, person that she's really having the feelings for. And she texts him, says she wants to go to the movies. Guy says, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, hey, what are you up to? And she's like, oh, I'm babysitting. And then sends a picture of herself at the gym with Mewtwo King in the background, walking on the treadmill. Like, what?
Basically saying the person that she's with for the clout and the metrics is really just a giant baby, and she's babysitting him and doesn't really give a fuck about him or his well-being whatsoever. She's in here for the clout, which
the disrespect.
Like, it's the utmost disrespect you can show a human being. But you may be saying, yeah, but this is like 5 years old, and some of this is 3 years old, and some of this is like, you know, even older than that. What's your point, bro? Maybe she's changed. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, dear viewer, because for those of you in the YouTube comment section who are buying what she's selling, maybe you haven't heard the latest racket. But don't worry, we're still following the breadcrumbs. We will get to the latest racket soon enough. Past couple of years, she's been dying on the hill of everybody should be able to say the N-word. Even so much so that, well, she had no problem being like, you guys got to watch the nigger episode of South Park. And you may be saying the nigger episode. Yeah, she's talking about the, you know, your boy Stan Marsh's father.
You know, the naggers, people who annoy you.
But she decided to say the nigger episode, which, all right, look, you want to drop an N-bomb on social media, you know who you are. But when you want to die on this hill of N-word this, N-word that, I should be able to send the N-word. Why can you say the N-word? You got to start asking yourself the question, you don't care about the argument on why we believe you shouldn't. This has more to do with you want to say it so fucking bad. You will do whatever mental gymnastics you can perform in order to feel like you're justified in enabling yourself to say aforementioned word. Now, that being said, and this is the first time we've ever dropped the N-bomb, and we did it here twice, just for you watching at home. But let's just...
we.
Yeah, one for me and one for you. I just did both of them. I didn't want you...
You don't speak for me, sir. I have my own autonomy.
Listen here, pal. I played Nier Automata as well, and I don't think any of us are truly in control of what we do anymore. But hey,
we are as gods.
But hey, now you may be saying, all right, well, how long ago was that? Well, she's had a consistent string of these type of tweets and this type of rhetoric on her Twitter page for the past couple of years. Now, I know what you're saying. All right, but 2020... we were all down bad. Pandemic was definitely kicking all of our ass, putting our patooties on the floor and testing our metal. You know, it had to give some character development. There had to be some inner growth. There had to be some character arcs that were coming to fruition through all this. And you know what? Maybe I could say that for most people. Not this one, because she then decides to put 100 on 10 on February 1st. Now, to many of you, that date probably means nothing, but here in the States, it means it's the beginning of a little thing that we like to call Black History Month. Now, you can get into you could peel back all the layers of the onion on Black History Month. What is this real significance?
Real quick. Do other countries do celebrate Black History Month? Is that not correct? Am I wrong? Am I being ignorant American on this?
We'll just say that. We'll just say you're ignorant on that one.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
A lot of countries may acknowledge it online on online circles, like if they're, following a Twitch or anything like that. But like, it's kind of like how in Saudi Arabia, like they don't they don't even celebrate like gay pride stuff. Like,
oh, Saudi Arabia, say no more, sir.
Like, you got to understand, like there's some places that are not. They don't look at us and see good. They don't look at us and see reputable characters. I'm not saying that, America is the best when it comes to doing that, but there are worse countries in regards to us. You've seen it. But anyway, this is neither here nor there, but peeling back that onion, there's a whole myriad of conversations that you can have. But this one specifically was quite funny because she decided to release a tweet that said, "I'm just had enough of black people today." Now I know what you're saying. All right. There's no way she decided to just jump out there and just destroy herself live on Twitter in HD. There's no way she would take that leap of blind faith and just hope that there would be nothing more than hell and bedlam lying below. Well, folks, let me contextualize this. So when she said this was because a neighbor came up to her accusing her of being racist. Bum, bum, bum. And apparently, she felt like she was being berated, harassed, absolutely besmirched on her character about how this infidel was coming at her just in such a savage way, talking about her family, talking about how she lives her life, and talking about how she's just a terrible person for being racist. And according to her, with no proof. So she comes on to twitter.com, and on this beautiful web zone that we call the Bluebird, she decides to say that, well, I don't care how terrible your day is. It's not for you to take it out on me, which, all right, 100% can understand that. However, you come online and now it seems like you're taking it out on black people as a whole because one black person had accosted you. So we were thinking that there was going to be some growth here. This was going to be a teaching mechanism, a teachable moment in which many people from the FGC and various other scenes online coming together and like, hey, Lil, you see how this is fucked up, right? Let me just go ahead and walk you through. And she was like, no. You guys don't understand. I was bullied by black people all my life as a child. Black people have never had my back. She tried to play the victim. She tried to make it seem like I could say that I'm sick of all of you black people because I was bullied when I was young. And then she decided to put out a tweet that I still can't wrap my head around, but the tweet said, fun fact, I used to be racist towards black people and Japanese people, but not anymore because I realized how ignorant that was. Now, I don't want to say context is everything, but let's break down these details. Japanese people had nothing to do with this conversation up to this point, but you've introduced them, and you've shown it to us that you've wanted to say the N-word for quite an extensive period of time. You clearly have given a fuck about nobody but yourself and only your brand at the expense of many people on the planet. You didn't give a fuck about other people's money, their time. Hell, Zimmerman bought you a fucking $400 plane ticket and you decided you're not even going to use the return trip. And you're not going to pay the dude back. But hey.
That's Jason Zimmerman, by the way, aka Mewtwo King.
So like y'all clearly didn't give a fuck about what the fuck we as anybody has going on out here, no matter what their race. But you've already proven that you have not been a reputable person. And at this juncture, you're sitting here saying that you've left a breadcrumb trail of a history saying that the N-word is very important to you and you wish to say it. But now you're saying that you've had beef with black people and now that you're sick of black people. And then you come out with the brilliant idea to say, yes, I used to be racist towards black people, but not anymore. When you've shown little to, actually, I wouldn't even say you've shown little to no. You've actually regressed. You've actually gone backwards here. And when people started calling her out, she decided to do the thing that a lot of people do. Oh, my mental health is deteriorating and it's weak. Oh, I'm gonna go dark on Twitter and not tweet for a few days and come back when my mental strength returns. And look, folks, I'm tired of seeing this playbook, all right? I'm tired of seeing oh no, I can't go on anymore. And then they just disappear off social media for 2, 3, 4 or 5 weeks, and then they just come back and act like they didn't say the shit that they had just said previously, even though they've not only shown you the first time, but the second time, but the third time, and the umpteenth time, not a good fucking human being. Actually, a giant walking, talking sack of shit. Little to no growth would be a compliment for them because they've regressed, taken several steps backwards. Hell, their moral standing has deteriorated consistently on a downward slope for half a decade. You got to get these people the fuck out of here. No questions asked. And I will say, hats off to Queens of Quarantine for, actually taking the time to be like, hey, we ain't waiting a whole week for this. We're not waiting for details to pan out. We just going to go ahead, cut the relationship, cut our losses, say we don't fuck with that, and move forward. So hey, a big hats off to Frosty Faustings for coming out to be like, hey, she hasn't been working with us for a year. I don't even know why she has our name on her Twitter bio there. She hasn't worked for us for a year. We literally fired her mid-tournament last year, and she was not a part of the good old online only tournament that we had going. So we don't know what's going on with that, but we have no association with her. Because the funny thing about it is, like, there was a couple things we didn't even fucking mention. Like, I forgot about that. She would lie her way into the good graces of certain entities out there, whether it be tournaments or sponsors, and say that, oh, she has this skill set. When it's time to showcase the skill set, didn't have any of the skills. But once she would be fired, she would still use the name of aforementioned places of work, sponsors, etc., so on and so forth, to get more partnerships in the future, to then go along and do the same fucking thing. Even if she's been removed for a whole calendar year or two, didn't fucking matter. You got to get these people not the boot, but das boot, 2 of them, Timberlands, and get them skirt out of the fucking frame. I'm not saying you got to choose violence, but there's something about Timberlands and a good stern talking to that somehow people understand maybe they should shut the fuck up. And speaking of shutting the fuck up, tell us about the young bull, the young country lion, Morgan Wallen. Would you like to tell us about that man, please?
Oh man. All right. So Morgan Wallen, the up and coming famous country star, was spotted by I believe TMZ is the one who got the original video. The video that I saw was on TMZ, but he was spotted in a bit of a kerfuffle out in public with one of his mans, and he I don't know, got into some sort of altercation with someone, and while he was walking away, there is audio of what this man was saying during his salty moments, and he dropped the hard R N word to describe somebody. Well, first off, he dropped that wet ass P word. He also dropped the N word. He basically calls some dude the pussy ass N word, and he's now putting out his apology tour of being like, "Hey, yo, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry," but his record label suspended him.
Here's the thing. When he says he doesn't mean that, let me tell you how I know he means that. Let's break down how this went. The initial point of conflict that we saw in the video, he called him a motherfucker, which means he already berated this man. And my man, in his Caucasian caucasus, his mind went into shock and said, no, I could do one better. I know what'll really knock him out. I know what really finish him. And he licked his lips, and my man let it fly, stuck the landing and everything. Get this pussy nigger the fuck out of here. He already said something that was very disparaging. Something that was very, let's just be honest, not nice towards the gentleman the first time. He said, no, I have to up the ante. I have to go, and I don't mean to quote Goku here, but to go further beyond, up and above and beyond the Call of Duty,
so
to let this word
Goku
fly.
To this Call of Duty, fine, but Goku, come on, man.
Hey, last I checked, his whole race got wiped out by a giant white tyrannical dictator.
Poor taste. The one that called him a monkey. In poor taste, sir. I mean, he's taking it off of you.
I mean, there was a theme here, and I got the ball rolling. I mean, you didn't have to break it down. Our audience is very well educated. They would have been able to read it between the lines and understood that. They did not need your help, sir.
Nah, man. He suffered enough. The racial words being thrown at him. Didn't need to be involved in this.
No, he needs
music stars
needs to be involved for the simple fact that this man made me watch Dragon Ball Super, and it turned out to be exactly what it was.
Hey, man. Wow. Dragon Ball Super is a lot better than Morgan Wallen saying the N-word.
Oh, no, you're not wrong there.
Probably
you are not wrong there.
Honestly.
Here's the thing. It's weird because, like, I've noticed that there's been a lot of people in the music industry that, like, I know they made a song or two, or, like, it's people I've never heard of, and then they just do some crazy shit. Like your boy Silento, bro. You heard about him?
Who?
Silento? The rapper? Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay.
Boy.
Did you hear what he was in the news for recently?
Nah, I haven't. Fill me in.
So you have no idea? You have no idea?
I've heard the name, recently, but I don't remember anything about what he did. That is already out of my brain.
All right, so he was recently charged. Now, there's still, I still believe there's an ongoing investigation. But rapper Salento is charged with murdering his older cousin by putting 8 slugs in him.
Wait, that was Salento? I thought that was a different rapper. I thought it was yeah, I thought it was like a different rapper.
Nah, that's young Salento. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it wasn't good, fam. It wasn't good. Now I know recently, you know, they had this whole thing where he was like, I believe he was on, I think it was on like one of those Dr. OC fucking talk shows where he was talking about his battle with depression. But I understand being down and out, being on your last ringer, you know what I'm saying? But like, there's some shit that you have to unpack there. And by the way,
so I
go
got this mixed up with YFN Lucci because you know I remember seeing that YFN Lucci turned himself in for a crime. I thought he was the one that killed the cousin. Didn't even know it was Salento, a totally different rapper who turned himself in for like or not turned himself in. He got dinged for murder. Like damn.
because like it's all right. So it's like really weird. Like it's really weird because apparently, right, Salento's family says he's been suffering from a series of mental health issues for years, right?
Okay.
And apparently they're backing him. Like the family's got his back, and it's weird because it's happened in DeKalb County. So I figured this would have been a bigger news story.
I mean, it was for that week.
Because most of these details came out on Monday and Tuesday.
You talking about this? You mean last week, right?
No, like I'm talking about like they have been talking about. There's been some developments as of this week.
Oh well, like new developments, sure, but like when this initially happened, it was the talk of the town.
Yeah, because his cousin had died. The report of the cousin's death was like January 21st, something like that. So it's been like 2 weeks ish,
right?
And then Salento got arrested 11 days later, which would be on that Monday.
Right. So was it related to like a song at all? Because I remember seeing something about like a song being one of the reasons why they implicated him in this murder. Maybe I'm off.
Well, I don't know if this is anything about about a song, but people are just like, he was depressed, he had mental issues, he wasn't really all together there. I mean, last year he got arrested for doing 143 miles per hour on a fucking highway, which you definitely know is not bueno. And another time for threatening people with a fucking hatchet. So clearly unhinged gentleman. Clearly going through some things.
Well, what were the threats, sir? Like, how was he threatening these people? Were these people threatening him first? What was the context, buddy?
Well, all right, here's the context. I mean, I'll just read this part for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he got loud and threatened people with a hatchet trying to find his girlfriend, and now he's facing felony charges. The rapper was arrested last weekend after a bizarre incident with law enforcement, where sources tell us he walked into a house with a hatchet in his hand as he looked for his girlfriend.
He walked into a random house with a hatchet.
We're told someone in the house. We're told someone in the house screamed for help, and others took him down and disarmed him.
How did he get in the house?
Our sources say shortly afterwards, Salento's friend arrived and told him this was the wrong house, and they fled as the cops were called. As you can see, not all together here, my guy.
How did he get in the house? Oh, this must have been one of those people who leave their front door open. Anyways, yeah.
Or he broke in. Look, I'm just telling you, it's not.
He broke in with the hatchet?
Hey, no one said it was clean. For all we know, he kicked down the door, he broke a window. Point is, he was in the house, and dude was like, "This is the wrong house, buddy." So this was not a good look.
He's lucky, honestly, with Georgia. The wrong house would have been. This is the wrong house, buddy. Blast, dead. We would have been having a totally different story here.
Yeah, man, we would have been had to record the South Can Hold It Down remix part 2. Like it would not have been. Hey, look, Dave Chappelle told a wonderful story about birdshot and buckshot, and your boy almost fucked around and found out.
Well, damn, yeah. I mean, like him having mental issues, sure, but like if his family knew that he had mental issues and he's doing things like busting into other people's houses, and
wouldn't you keep him closer to home?
They didn't do anything until, wouldn't you keep an eye on this dude before he murders somebody?
And as you can see, the escalation has led to this point. Like, we don't even know the full details on what his motivation was. Like, we don't know what the motive is.
Maybe he thought it was his girlfriend.
You fucking my girlfriend, cousin? Wait, what? You have a girlfriend?
Based on this altercation, based on this situation with him going into someone's house with a hatchet, like it could have literally been anything, and it probably
it could have been
had
something
nothing
little
to do with the cousin.
It could have been something little that set him off.
It probably didn't even have to do with the cousin.
I mean, you're right, but like I said, that's all speculation. But like, it's just weird that like we're seeing these. I don't want to call them fly-by-night musicians because I feel like that's a disrespect to their music career, but fuck it, fly-by-night fucking musicians.
Bro, Nene came out years ago. Come on, you can say it for this. You can say it for this.
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just talking about I'm talking about the generalization here, that there are some where it's like you may have heard that they did a song or two, or maybe you've never heard of them at all, and then just out of nowhere,
one-hit wonders.
They're out here selling crack or doing crack in a brothel and being passed out like Lamar Odom.
Well, I mean, some of them were doing that before the career. Come on now.
I mean, you're not wrong. I can't fault you for that one, my guy.
But speaking of Lamar Odom, he's got some new.
Speaking of crack man and music, did y'all know that there's going to be another celebrity boxing match, and this time it's going to be Lamar Odom versus matter of fact, we'll give you some time. We're not going to say who he's fighting. I want you to go in the YouTube comment section below right now, and I want you to type who you think he's up against. We'll give you about 10 seconds. They're not ready for this. I'm telling you, Mr. Fraudulence, they're not ready for this. They're not ready to hear who Crackman X, Lamar Odom, is going to be facing.
You'll never guess this.
Because, I mean, the hint was, I did say, speaking of crack and music. All right, your 10 seconds are up. Would you like to tell them who's on the card?
Well, first I'm going to say, I don't think you gave the best of clues. If it's just like, speaking of crack, Lamar Odom, and music, Aaron Carter is going to be fighting Lamar Odom.
And here's the thing. Y'all think that was like him making fun of your guesses. No, that's the headline.
That's it. That's Lamar the guy, Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter versus Lamar Odom.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, what types of hoops, hurdles, and I just want to know, like, what was the equation? What was the formula? What was the RNG generator up to when it pulled these names? I'm confused.
Money 1 versus Money 2. The battle of I need money.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I feel like this KSI Logan Paul thing has it's woken up a nasty beast out here for some of these folks, because I don't know what it is, but it seems like they just want to find whatever white celebrity they can and whatever black celebrity they can and get them in a ring. I don't know what for.
You know what?
I don't know when this started. I don't know why this is happening, but I'm noticing a very distinctive pattern. Dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, thus far, I could be wrong. Let me knock on wood. I have not seen two black people fight each other, and I have not seen two white people fight each other. I've always seen one black guy, one white guy as your main event.
That are not boxers, correct?
That are not boxers. Like 100% celebrity boxing matches. And I don't know if you know this, but...
Right, because Tyson doesn't count.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys know this, but like boxers, amateur boxers, boxing coaches, hell, boxing Twitter, every time one of these fights get put up and, advertised, they're livid. They're literally frothing at the mouth. They're seething. They're chomping at the bit to get this shit removed, because they're like, how dare these people parade around and disrespect our sport without even giving a flying fucked and a ghost chance to fucking attempt to even learn how to properly box. Now, I do believe that the younger Paul brother is actually giving it a fair chance.
Paul. Jake Paul actually trains. Jake Paul, knows some like I think he also knows some like MMA, but he goes in there. He knows his shit. He knows his shit. But
like I'm saying, like at the very least, I believe he is making at least a in good faith effort to learn how to put the hands on people. But I feel like he's also getting like all the fights that he's getting are people who do not have like any boxing experience, like at all.
well, he's trying to go against Conor McGregor, and he's got boxing experience versus the great, right?
That man was gassed in about 80 seconds in his last fight. And I'm talking about Conor, number one. And number two, as you saw, in boxing, the way you throw your weight around is a lot different than you would in MMA. And his punches couldn't even put Mayweather in a daze, to the point to where Mayweather was leaning into the punches. And as we all know, Mayweather prided himself on being a defensive fighter. Many of you may have thought it was campy, boring, put you to snoozeville, but it was damn sure effective in having him tire his opponents out, regardless of their skill level, yada, 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 so on and so forth. And if it gets to a point to where he's like, come on, hit me. I don't care. You got it. Probably not the best window dressing we can have on a fight here, but, I digress. But, I mean, how do you feel about this? Like, Aaron Carter, Lamar Odom, like, this wasn't on my 2021 bingo book, I'll tell you that much.
Aaron Carter, so Aaron Carter has not really been in the public eye very much at all recently. Like people aren't like, looking out for the next Aaron Carter project. Lamar Odom, he was in the public eye for his, stint with Kardashian. But besides that, those two we haven't really
she was funny about
heard
that.
very much from. So this is not gonna work out for their benefit.
But you see what's funny about that? You said he was known for his stint with the Kardashians. My man ain't talk about nothing about his career with the Lakers. My man said Kardashians first, waking up in a brothel unconscious due to a crack overdose second, playing for the Lakers wasn't even on his fucking radar.
The crack thing is part of the stint. That's the thing that we all remember right now because that's the most recent thing. Lakers who? Like, he's playing in the Lakers right now? He's playing the basketballs?
Not anymore, bro.
Exactly. So people mostly remember, that the whole dating our Kardashian, cheating on her, going on a crazy crack binge, like all of that they remember.
Now,
Aaron Carter, I think he also had drug problems.
Now, I'm not sure about that. I have not followed the escapades of one Aaron Carter, but I will say Lamar Odom, I am glad that you have recovered and you've realized that, crack's not the way. And I'm glad that you're back on your feet and in good health and in good spirits. I just wanted to say that. I ain't just want to roast somebody to the shadow realm like I didn't give a fuck about their life or what they're going through. But yeah, kids, crack, never once, damn sure never twice. And please don't ever think about doing it thrice. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. That is a message and a hill I'm willing to die on. I know it's not a controversial hill to die on, but I will die there. I will plant my flag firmly. But anyways, back to Aaron Carter. I didn't even know he was still doing things.
He had a TV show. He had a reality TV show. Also, he had a painkiller addiction. So he's been dealing with that apparently, and now he wants to fight a man for money. So
look,
I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna watch that.
I'm not gonna watch it either. I mean, I haven't watched any of them, to be honest. I haven't watched any of them. Like, but here's the thing. I give that obligatory PSA because, like, you ever have like that skeptic side of you where you automatically like you have this pessimistic view where like you're worried that like the worst outcome could potentially happen. And you already know how memes work out there, ladies and gentlemen. You know how when Conor McGregor lost his fight, they Photoshop him on everything sleeping. When Nate Robinson went down, you couldn't find a piece of this earth that he wasn't Photoshopped on taking a nap. And I just want to know if like Aaron Carter or Lamar Odom really get bodied in this slugfest and they on the floor. Will they fall back and regress into those old bad habits to take the edge off? Like, I don't want to find out that like Lamar Odom lost the fight, got depressed, and then did crack again. Like, you know,
I don't think. I mean, I think the bag is gonna, take care of that part of things. Like, I don't think you're
all
gonna be like,
right,
man,
all right,
uh,
all right, all right.
they're making memes about me. It's like, nah, they're talking about me. And now his PR person is gonna come out and be like, hey, they're talking about you. Now it's time for another television show. Mm.
Nah, bro, not the television show, bro. That's the worst.
They'll probably become like motivational speakers to talk about, their struggles with addiction and how they've persevered and now they're making all the big bucks. And then they,
Will
have
they,
the boxing match, which
will they put that in the
yeah,
marketing, you think?
I think they'll have a PR team that will try to do that.
Because like I said, I don't want defeat to lead to a relapse. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, no one wants that, but I'm pretty sure they're both aware of this, and they're just, they're doing this because they know that it's not going to result in that sort of thing, regardless of whatever result occurs.
Gotcha.
At least I hope they don't. But they both have support systems at this point in time.
Yeah, like
So,
I feel like that, they're well upkept. Like I'm pretty sure that like, all their demons are, I won't say they're completely gone because I don't know their life, but I'm sure for the most part, I mean, they've been quelled. I mean, they've both been able to stay out of the news. They clearly have people, they clearly have their families, they clearly have, I mean, they're not hurting for money, last I checked. Or maybe they are. Maybe that's why this match is happening in the first place. But I digress. It would seem as though they are well enough on their own. Is the main point I'm trying to get across here. So I'm not too worried about that.
right.
But if you want to make the news, sometimes it's not about putting the spotlight on yourself. Sometimes it's about putting a spotlight in your fucking forehead. What is little Uzi Vert doing, bro? What's your man Uzi doing now, bro?
He's on another plane of existence, man. You can't judge the actions of the enlightened. Come on, man. He's out there. He's not here with us anymore.
Oh,
all
so
right?
you're saying he's not on the fourth dimensional plane. He's made it to the fifth.
Exactly.
He's
made it to
transcended
the
the
fifth
third a
and
long
the
time.
sixth.
Oh shit. Oh, it's
He's
over.
literally on the edge of the fifth and the sixth. The fifth and the sixth dimension. So
he's in that
it's a
place that Alex
wrap, man.
Jones talks about, bro.
Whoa. He's not there with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is in the first dimension.
No.
Man.
I said I talked about the place Alex Jones talks about. I ain't say where Alex Jones was. He's in
with
that
the psychic
area.
vampire.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Oh, that's it. Oh, we've cracked it. Lil Uzi Vert is the psychic vampire that Alex Jones is afraid of. He's now proving it to us by putting this $24 million diamond in his forehead.
Now you may be saying
to show us that his.
Now you may be saying, I understand. What do you mean putting a diamond in his forehead? Like what are you talking about? Like Raven from Teen Titans type? Yes, sir. You talking about the Infinity Stone in Vision's forehead? Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what he's done. And like I'm all for buffoonery, but I feel like we are at a point now where it's just like, is enough? Was quarantine truly that bad? Like, are we really going through it right now? Like, I understand some people want to do what they want to do, but like, this feels like a crackhead idea. Like, this feels like
this was not a quarantine like sort of thing. This was something he would have done out of quarantine as well. Like I 100% believe that he would have done this at like regardless of quarantine or COVID or any of that. This is like on his list of things to do once he became famous enough.
I mean, hey, fuck it. He might be trying to hit the sickest and dopest Urian cosplay we've ever seen.
Well, yeah, he's trying to join the Illuminati.
Bro, at this point, he is the Illuminati. What the fuck are you talking about? He's on the seventh plane of dimensions, folks.
No, man, he's the Urian backstory. He is trying to join the Illuminati, but they will not have him. And so now he is pissed. He's like, fine, I'll tell all your secrets with this diamond in my head. And, that's it. He's gonna put on a suit. He's gonna release an album. It's gonna be like, yo, my brother, like he's the one that's the leader. How dare you? And we're all gonna learn the secrets of the Illuminati. And then maybe QAnon people will be like, wow, we were so wrong. We didn't know.
Look, bro, as awkwardly, I'm gonna be honest, it's just fucking concerning. The backstory you just gave me.
That's the backstory of the character. Like, I don't know.
No. When you brought QAnon in here, like QAnon, like Uzi was the way all along. Like, oof. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, man. Then
I felt something in my stomach churn in a way that made me feel very uncomfortable.
Oh, too real, huh? Too real.
Too real. I was not prepared to be hit in the gut with such harsh realities.
Look, man, after they storm the Capitol, all possibilities are on the table. Anything can happen now.
I mean,
our superpowers are coming, man.
You're right. The realm of the realms have just merged. I didn't realize how ignorant I was to the dangers of one Uzi Vert, but fuck it. Maybe I've been in the dark the entire time.
He's not the danger. He's not the danger. He is the enlightenment. He's going to tell us all the things that we were hoping to hear about the Illuminati. And then they're going to be super pissed. And then we will find the real danger in the Illuminati.
Fuck it.
Eyes open.
Fuck it. You get together with Alex Jones and you make this shit a fucking movie. I'll watch it.
Bro, I am not giving any money to Alex Jones. My creative abilities. How dare you? You're like, come on, man. You as a black man on Black History Month trying to tell me to give money to a white man to help me do better, to give you guys the content.
No, man, I didn't say give him money. I said get money together. I ain't say give him money. Nah, you're right. Alex Jones would definitely run off with the idea and say it was his own. Yeah, you're right. Speaking of which,
come on, we all know that right-wing men can't make good movies. Like after Ben Shapiro.
I mean, you're not wrong there. You spitting some facts, but I haven't watched it yet. But someone sent me a clip, and apparently Alex Jones went on T.I.'s podcast and like. I kind of forgetting that T.I. be having a podcast. Like, no cap.
Speaking of T.I. real quick, have you heard the rumors about T.I. and Tiny?
Yep. Apparently that show was a highway to hell in a handbasket. But please, I don't think the audience has been serenaded enough with your voice. Please talk to them. Let them know. Tell us about the young expeditious one.
To my knowledge, there are people who are accusing T.I. and Tiny of some sexual assault. Because there are apparently some situations where people were invited to hotel rooms and things of the like. And once they got there, it was like, hey, you ready to get this done? And the pants came off. So I don't know. Like, these are some wild stories that are coming out about T.I. and Tiny.
Because one of the people that
so far that I've seen, there are no confirmations.
Well, it's a weird thing. Like, one of the people who was breaking this story claimed that they were a medical professional that was on standby, not necessarily there to be a medical professional, but apparently qualified to be one. In which they were like, oh, this girl is clearly not okay to go home, and they're trying to send her home. So she put her in a bathtub with ice to cool her down. And I'm like, you didn't, like, reading these reports, I'm like, you didn't think to say anything at this time. Like,
yeah,
like that
you didn't call the cop.
It's like that. It's like that kind of makes you part of the problem.
Yeah, you're an accessory now. You've implicated yourself.
Like, I'm like, this. I don't know what you were trying to get off with this with this coming out party, but you need to be held accountable as well.
Yo, T.I. committed this crime. You want to know how I know? Because I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. He did it right in front of me, and I helped him.
And
all right?
And I was covering him.
So you gotta throw him and his wife in jail right now.
And it's like, but what about you though? What about
me? Nah, man. I just did what he told me. Come on, man. I can't be guilty for that. I was just doing what he told me. I had no choice.
Nah, bro. The sad part is some people think that defense gonna hold up in court. That's what's crazy. I'm not talking about this case specifically,
well, with
but
the right
like,
lawyer.
you
With the
know,
right lawyer.
you know, you know, yeah, you said it. You said it, sir. You said it.
Look, man, there's a very important episode of Law and Order SVU that is that predates the events of today that basically said that Fox News S TV shows are the reason why a man was murdering immigrant children because someone, a pundit on the level of Bill O'Reilly or maybe like the classic like Tucker Carlson,
Oh
convinced this
Lord.
man that these immigrants are evil and that their children are being used so that they could stay in this country, and so he had to eliminate the children, and that man won because they brought one of the people from these TV shows, from these right-wing like Fox News as TV shows to get on the stand, and that man was like, yeah, that's right, they're a danger to society and they're terrible, and yeah, they were like, hey, yeah, see, he wasn't in his right mind, he was just listening to that man over there, and that man is the real one who's at fault. And the guy got off and he immediately was like, thanks, I'm gonna go thank you for getting me off. Like he said to his lawyer, thank you for getting me off, I'm gonna go ahead and continue killing the rest of these evil children.
My man was like, my man put
His
the
lawyer
two
killed
fingers
him.
to the my man put the two fingers to the dome. Lawyer was like, all right, you.
Like, these are defenses that defense teams, cook up. Like, hey, man, he wasn't in his right mind, and he was indoctrinated by the propaganda that's on this television show. There was no way that he could possibly discern right from wrong while murdering children at that. It's like, okay.
It's crazy, ain't it? It's crazy.
And there are judges who are like, hey, man, you made a point. All right, well, dismiss.
Get him out of here. But like, nah, man, it's just been wild out here, bro. It has been a wild 2021, and we're not even
a wild ride.
We're not even 40 days into the year. We're not even 40 days.
We're at home so long that like all these like crazy stories of these wild things that have apparently happened over the couple of years when we were outside have just driven people to be like, remember when we could go outside? I went out and then I met up with T.I. and man, it wasn't a good experience. And it's like, wait, what?
I'm gonna make sure he never go outside again. And it's like, oh shit, the truth is about to
or
be
you
revealed.
You'd be like Bean Dad and be like, you see, my daughter wants to open this can of beans, and I want to teach all of you, including her, a lesson. So I decided to just look at her and be like, hey, honey, why don't you just figure it out? You got this. Don't worry, you'll figure it out. And it's like, what?
As a family, we will never eat again until you can open this can of beans. And I'm like, this dude thought beans was going to be like the greatest thing of all time. Like
he thought someone on Twitter was going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to parent just like that. I've learned.
Like he really thought this was going to be his magnum opus. Like my man dead ass thought that this was going to be his fucking moment. A teachable moment for his daughter. And everyone was just like, bro, if you don't shut your stupid ass up and get the fuck on somewhere, bro, before you get knocked the fuck out. Like that's basically how the internet took it.
And then you found out he was like connected to Ken Jennings of all people.
Yeah, that was an out left field burger.
Extraordinary. Yeah, the champion of Jeopardy and the candidate to replace Alex Trebek as the host of Jeopardy. And then you find out that Bean Dad also was very, very anti-Semitic. And they're like, well, sorry, Ken, you can't host the show anymore.
I mean, you're definitely not wrong about that. Like sometimes like I said, sometimes you have to swiftly, promptly, and firmly get some of these people the fuck out of here. It's like that one dude I had.
You do a podcast with him?
Nah, bro. Can't have it. It's like way back in the day, some of y'all who have been watching my content for several years, some of y'all might remember this. There was a young gentleman who decided to say that, I'm going to paraphrase here. Some of you might remember this. If you remember this, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Man came out and said, gay people And trans people are literally cannon fodder for the SJWs to pull their tyrannical third wave feminism wool over our eyes because they do not accept the truths within the King James Bible. This dude was talking about fucking Skywater and how people believed in incest was a way to manufacture and keep our genes pure. It was a whole
not that.
It was a whole, like, you think QAnon is bad. This dude was snorting a little something, doing a little something, doing all the extra. It was not a good time. It was funny as fuck to laugh and clown on this imbecile, this knuckle dragging Neanderthal, the worst order. But nah, brother. Nah, sister, it was not. There's people out here that exist, and they think these things, and they believe these things, and they try to get other people to believe these things. Don't fall for these grifters, folks. Please. That's how you end up like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And is that what you want?
Yeah, you don't want to end up like her because she's vying for all that attention, and now she got it, and they're like, "Yo, we need to get her out of here." So we're gonna take a vote to try and remove her from her committee duties.
What's really funny about that is, like, nobody was even looking in her general direction, even though she's had a history of saying all this wild taboo shit for years. And been consistent with it.
All she had to do was stay under the radar.
And then all
no one cared because no one's looking at Georgia and like Georgia citizens. They're like, no, we all know that those Deep South people are crazy.
Everybody was talking about how Georgia flipped from red to blue and how that was crazy. Then she wanted to do the shoulder shimmy and do her jumping jacks and make sure her titties were percolating for the camera. Like, hey, look at me, I'm over here. Woo! Sandy Hook was a scam. Woo! And then like everyone just said. And then I thought to myself, she's the problem. And then we handled it swiftly, as we should. But hey, sometimes the best thing you can do when you're a crazy motherfucker is this thing on?
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Sometimes the best thing you can do.
I'm gonna throw in a little interesting thing here. So there is an activist. He is a black man who is a part of a group of primarily black individuals who they arm themselves, they open carry, and they open carry in public, to show that they have that right and that, they are not going to be beaten down by any sort of like racism or any sort of like intimidation, etc. Right?
Got it.
Sometimes this man posts some very interesting things on the internet, of like, the police department, the crooked police department is suffering right now. That's right, they deserve it. That's like probably the worst thing that he posted. And because he posted that on his Facebook, the FBI was like, "Oh, guns? He's talking shit to cops. We gotta look at this guy. We gotta watch this guy right now. We gotta watch everything that he does." And he got arrested for his Facebook posts.
All right, so here's my next thing.
His Facebook posts.
See, here's my next thing. See, I don't want to bring up the argument of systemic racism and when we pick and choose when to look at things. But all I know is that there was a particular bombing that happened not too long ago in which the girlfriend said she's called authorities multiple times saying this motherfucker's crazy and he's making bombs. Hey, you know what they did?
Come on, guys.
You know what enforcement did? Oh, get this crazy lady off the phone. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
Come on, lady. He's not going to do that. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
But in this case, they came in there with the rolling chair and the lean. They was like, what do we have here? Is this one of those uppity Negroid primes we've heard so much about? Well, we can't have that. Let's take a deeper look. Analyze and enhance. And they
He
went
was
to
a person
work.
enlisted in a program where where the FBI can mark you as a person of interest, for whatever reason, a person of interest, and now they can, look at everything that you're doing, and they can watch you because they think that you're up to something. They're like, I don't trust this guy. You mean to tell me the lady who was on Facebook in 4K, sitting here saying, I think that Barack Obama.
Bro, his whole camera just cut off, bro.
They should be killed. They should all die right now. I think that.
Hold on,
Brother,
hold on, pause.
take care of
You're gonna have to you have to repeat everything you said because your camera went and froze, and we ain't hear nothing for a good 6 seconds. So I'm gonna need you to bring the beat back.
They're after me again.
Yeah, I told you. You're on the watch list now. You talking too much and you too loud.
You're right. So you mean to tell me the lady who said that Barack Obama and all of these other Democrats that I don't trust in, I don't believe in, they're, that they should all be killed. Brothers and sisters, let's team up and take care of this. You mean to tell me after that woman got a actual political position in the state of Georgia that no one was like, whoa, she said what? Maybe we should take a look at this. Nah, it wasn't until she was like, I'm gonna impeach Joe Biden. That's when people were like, whoa, hey, we're not doing that anymore. Nah, Trump is gone. We're not letting this shit is not sliding anymore. Sorry, lady. We gotta take you back. We gotta take you out.
Yeah,
sorry.
Man, you don't have to. You have to go on and sell that Marjorie Taylor Greene pack somewhere the fuck else, but it can't stay here. Which,
and another thing.
Oh Lord,
bunch of people on Twitter posing the very, very interesting question of why is White Lives Matter so? Why is all lives matter? So, actually, why is Blue Lives Matter so quiet about the officer who was killed during the Capitol riot? Because his funeral happened, I believe, this week, and quiet silence. Nobody look, we were wrong. Our fallen brother here. We shouldn't have supported someone who would allow something like this to occur. Because we back the blue, and we would never allow for any lives to be killed in such to be taken in such a way. Nah,
because they had a very specific agenda and a very specific narrative that they were going to push, and this particular death in law enforcement did not toe that line. Therefore, they were going to be quiet about it. It's just what it is.
Well, I say it's terrible that guy that he lost his life.
100%. 100%, it's terrible. I'm just saying we know why they're not coming to the defense.
Yeah, we know. We know what's going on.
We see you.
PG, we see you.
In HD. We see you. 8K resolution.
Lauren Boebert, we see you. We see you.
But you want to know what's wild?
All right.
The person that died, those Blue Lives Matter people were sure not hesitant to call her a patriot. But
that's right. The MAGA martyr, as young Gutex has said,
bro.
Oh my God! And he came out to defend himself. He doubled down. Oof.
Did you actually watch the video? Because I didn't see it. I saw it pop up, and I was like, I do not care about that.
Young PogChamp came out to be like, look, they don't understand. And it's like, no. It's like, damn it, man. You can't come out here. After all that's happened to you, your iconic Twitch emote is gone because of this shit. And you're just like, no, they don't understand. And they're all against me because COVID is not real. And it's like, all right, man.
Wait, that was his explanation?
That was part of it. Yeah, no. He hit all of them. All of them. He doubled down on everything. I'm telling you, he doubled down on every single thing that people had a problem with. And he made it seem like they all did that because they don't understand. And it's like, all right, man, persecuted. You're the victim. You've been persecuted because you know too much.
All right, could you imagine, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene says her random weird stuff, right? That she always says. And then I say all Republicans think like this. people would clearly come from my head. People would clearly have something to say.
As they should.
If Gutex turned out to be a gigantic sack of shit and said some fucked up shit about black people, and then I, for whatever reason, fixed my lips to allow these words to parse them and say, I'm sick of Asian people, people would come for me. And rightfully so. Because the actions of a few should not dictate how you judge the many. I just want to make sure that we keep that same energy for the person we talked about, the opener of this podcast. Just want to make sure. Just want to come back to it. Make sure we packed it into a nice little bow here. That if you're
That's right. She doesn't represent, everybody. She represents herself.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But hey, man, she did it for her daughter. She did it because she doesn't want her daughter to go through the same persecution that she went through herself in her life. You don't understand.
So you
don't understand the person who was yelling at her.
So the opening salvo for that is, I'm tired of black people. I said I'm tired of you. She said I'm tired of black people to protect her daughter. Bro, if you don't get out of here with that, worst excuse NA. But
like, come on, teach your kid how to respect people, and she'll follow suit. Like, she'll respect people and she'll be respected. That it's not hard.
But you want to know what's funny? Some people are going to go ahead and instead of hearing what we had to say, they're going to start grilling her for having an OnlyFans page. You know it's coming.
What? Oh, well, I mean,
you know it's coming.
It's all over the place. I mean, of all the things to grill her about, don't grill her about the OnlyFans. Like, look, we like cheeks. We like seeing cheeks.
I don't like those cheeks.
For people who want to show the cheeks.
Not those cheeks. Like, but look, those cheeks.
The amazing thing about OnlyFans is that it gives you options, so you don't have to see her page.
OS.
You can see the better pages. You can see the pages that matter, not hers.
Look,
don't give her money.
All right. Can you explain?
Just straight up, don't give her money.
Okay. Can you, since I don't know if you peruse OnlyFans, but can you explain it to me? Can you help me get it? Can you help me understand why I should peruse the fans, the only friends, as they've been calling it as of late?
Okay, from my understanding,
what's the selling point?
Is that it's like a social media sort of platform, sort of like an Instagram a feed sort of thing. So you're purchasing, if you purchase a subscription, that gives you access to the posts. Now some OnlyFans pages are free pages that have paid posts where it's like she'll post some lewds and that'll be the free content. Those are like, your like Instagram-esque type of posts. Oh, she posted a picture today. Oh, she's out by the pool. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, that's a nice cosplay you've got there. And then she's like, oh, but I'm going to take it off for $5. So do you want to see it? And it's like, oh, you pay $5 to see that post. That's it. I mean, of course, they'll post videos of things. They'll post pictures of things. It always varies based on who you're subscribed to. Like, it's a different experience for literally all of them because the content varies based on what they're comfortable with posting. Okay. I'm only asking. Subscription can be free or not.
I'm only asking because there seems to be an infinite sea, plethora, if you will, an entire cornucopia and cavalcade of free alternatives that do not even require you to have an account to enjoy and peruse to your heart's content at your leisure. And I just wanted to know, what's the selling point of me saying, yes, OnlyFans, I'm going there for my debauchery. That's what what is its anchoring point?
On a serious note, the content creators have control over their content and they don't get abused.
All right.
Or taken advantage of.
Well, I would say that, but now we see that there's OnlyFans streamer houses now. So
all right, I'm not talking about the LA, the LA mix right there where it's like, oh, you trying to make content, bro? I'm trying to put you on. Come to my house. We gonna buy a house. We gonna make it ourselves. Like, nah, no.
Now pussy
like the fucking gamer streamer house or whatever. What was it like? I think it was like a phase streamer house or whatever. Yeah, no, not the Sky Williams. Like there's a popular streamer / player who like recently bought like a giant ass like mansion or whatever, and he did like a tour that people put their reactions to, and it was literally like, oh shit, we got all the rooms here, we got the stream room right here. Oh shit, there's my girlfriend right there, yeah, she helps me with the content. There's my bro right there, he's gonna help me with some more content. We got rooms for everyone to stream their shit. We got a computer room, we got a guest room, we got a red room, we got a yellow room, and yeah, he just did an episode of Cribs for his streamer house that had a bunch of like shit that was like, this is where we film the content, this is where the magic happens.
You're watching TTV Cribs. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh snap, that actually might be a thing. You know what, Twitch, go ahead and pass them royalties my way, please. Thank you. But speaking of,
yeah, the OnlyFans thing, just to go back real quick, it's literally like to get in most cases exclusive access to a certain person. Okay. And also to support them in a way where they're not being taken advantage of, because a lot of sex workers that tend to be part of, let's say, escort services, or the very typical like street services, or
it's dangerous out
porn
there,
stars.
Bro.
Yeah, even porn stars get taken advantage of, and like there are tons and tons of ex porn stars who are out there like telling their story about how it was not as great as it seemed, and some scenes are pretty brutal. They're as brutal as they look, and it took a toll out on them. So yeah, they have like complete control over all that stuff, so they don't have to deal with that kind of shit just to make money.
All right, well, if that's the type of content you guys are all into, I mean, go for it.
Yeah, y'all have fun.
I do not watch enough lewd content online for me to be paying for it. I'll tell you that shit right the fuck now. But
but they sure are trying to get you to do it, man.
Bro, I just be minding my business. You be retweeting half of them.
No, I'm talking about when somebody sent you something. It's like literally somebody sent you something, was like, yo, watch this. It's like they're trying to get you in there, man.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Like, watch this girl's OnlyFans. Watch her OnlyFans videos right now. Come on, you love it.
Bro, don't even get me started on Owl, if you watching this, go your server. You know the shit y'all post. I'll be minding my own fucking business, and then y'all just be like, yeah, man, look at this beautiful, voluptuous vixen and how her cheeks clap so graciously. And it's just like, bro, it's 3 p.m. It's 3. I mean, I'm not saying that there's necessarily a designated time or a wrong time for voluptuous thighs or beautiful cheeks. I'm not saying that, there's only a specific time of day we can appreciate them. But like, I'm over here eating fucking lunch, and like, I'm eating, and he's like, damn, look, wouldn't you want to replace your meal with this girl's ass? And it's like, no, I'd rather have my steak, thank you. Appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate that.
But why not both?
Because I'd like to have my steak.
I mean,
if you think I'm about to eat booty and then go back to my steak, you are sadly fucking mistaken. Because there is no world where
you're
I'm
a psychopath
eating.
if you can do that. Sorry.
Like, it's just not. Like, I'm not even like first of all, I believe the ass is exit only, so I'm not eating there anyway. But if I were going to eat some cooch, I can't be like, good cooch. Tastes just like I remember. Then go back to my steak. That's weird. That's weird. If I'm alone in this, I will die on this hill alone.
Yeah, I'm like a big proponent of food and sex are separate. Like it's not hot to put chocolate all over.
No, it's not.
A chick like legs or whatever. Like that's not cool. I don't want to be hungry and then also horny. Like those don't mix for me, man.
Like, let me eat and then let me burn
two
some
loves, and
let me finish my food
separate.
And then I can burn some calories. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
But don't do that on a full stomach, because you will puke and it's not good. It's not fun for anyone. So yeah.
You know what? I think I have to flash it. I thought I was gonna go a whole episode without having to use this, but I gotta throw it on you right now, real quick. I believe that I don't believe you're gonna be dry heaving and heaving up on people over that. Like, I'm sorry. I just
Dry
don't.
heaving? I said full stomach. Look,
I don't think you're gonna be in a position to be like. I just don't. I just don't see it. But
Oh, all right. Well, I'm just speaking from my experience. So,
I'm sorry,
I could
brother.
be wrong. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm off, guys.
Look. Maybe we can slide it over here. Maybe I'm capping right now. Maybe I'm out of touch on this one, kid. Look, I'm just saying. I have eaten, and then have beaten, and I don't remember being like. I don't remember that being a part of my bodily processes that day. But hey. Everybody's stomach is different. Some motherfuckers can't drink milk. So like, hey, like one of the biggest lies I think I ever believed as a kid was don't swim unless you wait 30 minutes after eating. Otherwise your body will just cramp up. I've done it plenty of times. Have not gotten the big cramp. I've cramped and I haven't eaten like 3 hours before. Like myth. It is a myth. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I trust you, man.
I don't think you do. I think you're a skeptic right now. I think that you are looking at me like Jeff Bezos is looking at Amazon, and that's why he stepped down.
Well, Jeff Bezos ain't stepped down for that. I'll tell you that right now. Conspiracy theory hat is on.
Here we go. Wait, hold on.
Bezos, he left the money? Come on.
Hold on. Keep going.
He let his wife go over the money. Like, come on, man. He left the money.
Mm-hmm. Let me just go ahead.
Jeff Bezos literally was like, it's okay if my wife goes. I still have the money. Oh, she wants some of it? That's cool. Whatever. I still have the money and I still have the Amazon. And now he's like, nah, guys, I'm about to leave. It's a wrap for me. I'm taking my leave. I'm not going to be the CEO of Amazon anymore. Someone else will replace me, and that'll be that. I'll just bring myself down to a different position.
So the funny thing about it is, like, when he just stepped down, like seemingly out of the blue, like that normally means it's very indicative of like a very small handful of things. Number one,
right?
He's got some huge health issue that he does not want to disclose to the public, and he's just going to take a smaller role to make sure that the stress isn't going to kill him before insert terrible disease here, whether it's cancer or whether it's some other terminal illness or something along those lines.
A la Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing it could be is, I don't know if you guys know about the litigation battles that we've talked about a little bit earlier, where music companies are saying, hey, Twitch streamers, we're coming. And I don't know, I understand that Twitch is already operates at a loss for Amazon. Twitch, in fact, does not actually make money for Amazon. But they have such a large portion of the market share that it wouldn't make sense for them to just forfeit it to a YouTube or any other potential up-and-coming companies, because, let's be honest, all hell would break loose if it's between Facebook and YouTube. That's a whole can of worms that I don't think even Twitch wants to let go, because they see the potential in a giant network like Twitch. They're definitely doing a shit job and running it and managing it, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that they have such a huge corner on this market makes it to where it would behoove them to keep it up. Now, as we all know, these music companies have been getting greedy because their artists, during COVID and the lockdowns and during this pandemic, are not allowed to have this thing called concerts, which are their only real big moneymaker, because no one's buying music anymore, because everyone just gets like a Spotify subscription or Amazon Music or insert subscription service here and just listening to tunes, and each play is only like worth like 1/800th of a fucking cent. So obviously they're going to try to get money any way they can fucking get it, and if that means they have to go at Twitch's throat for all the unsolicited use of various music that is played on an enormous, I don't want to say infinite, because that's definitely hyperbole, but an almost infinite amount of fucking streams. Because, I mean, you've all heard it. Every stream, for the most part, has probably done it at some point. where they're playing music that they don't have the rights to. I mean, if you go right now to the music category that Twitch ever so graciously always wants to promote, they always say that you can only play music that you have the rights to. But in a lot of these cases, it's people playing games like DJ Hero. It's people playing games like Guitar Hero. It's people actually just doing live DJ sets of music that's in their personal Spotify playlist. Things that they don't own. But Twitch keeps pushing it, and Twitch has already shown, as we talked about in a past episode, so I'll keep this part very brief, they understand contracts and they understand how these things work. They allow their partnership with the NFL and how some of their Twitch streamers can stream Thursday Night Football due to a specific partnership they have with the networks involved with Thursday Night Football, but you cannot turn around and also stream Monday Night Football because they don't have a partnership with said network. So clearly they know how IPs and things of that nature with copyright work. Just that a lot of people are pretending to be aloof and not pay the fuck attention, but that's neither here nor there. Point is, what if he's stepping out of the way because he doesn't want to eat this DMCA bullet that could potentially be coming for Twitch's kneecaps?
Nah, I don't think that would deter Bezos from being the CEO. Like, I don't think that's not enough to scare him. Like, he could get around that. Definitely get around that, especially with like having connections with a lot of these people, being able to come to some sort of agreement with these people of like, hey, how about you guys, take like, I don't know, like take like 60 million and, we call it a day. And then you just let me do my shit, let Twitch exist, and then we got it. Don't worry. I'll just slide you a little bit of this stuff on the table. Don't worry, your packages will come in 2 seconds from when you order them, and also throw in a little bit of extra. Give you some of that new tech that you don't know about yet. Give you some hoverboards and some superpowers. We'll deal with that. Nah, there's something personal with Bezos going on here. Like, there's not even like a health thing. Like, literally something that he's done that's going to get exposed, or something that someone close to him has done that's going to get exposed that he doesn't want to be a part of, or something that's going to happen to Amazon that he doesn't want to be a part of. Like, Amazon is probably going to have to make some sort of very, very big decision soon that he doesn't want to be the one to make anymore. He doesn't want that pressure on him. He doesn't want to get treated like Zuckerberg right now, or like Jack Dorsey right now. He's like, oh, I see they're coming from, so I'm running away from that shit.
Now, what Bezos said in his Tuesday letter was basically he's excited for the transition because it's going to allow him to free up time for his other projects. Now, one of the projects I thought he might be trying to get into is politics, but even if we break it down to, its bare elements and say he's running for president in a few years, the timing feels wrong because you figured he would have done it, when Trump would have been the easiest knockout the park home run he probably could have hit, number one.
Right.
Or number two,
right.
If he picks any other political position on the fucking planet, do you realize how much power he just gave up to go from Amazon to politics?
Exactly. Like, there's no way. Plus, this is not a good time to decide that you want to like begin your career in politics. I mean, yeah, sure. You see the QAnon lady, she's getting somewhere, but she's also getting like destroyed because she's the QAnon lady. Joe Biden just got, elected, so you have things like the Democrats deciding to do some sort of split power agreement with Republicans in the House, I think, the House or the Senate, one of those. But you have all those things going on. You just deciding I'm going to be the new hotshot that's going to make my my mark. It's probably not going to work out as well because people are kind of tired.
But look, keep in mind, he's still an exec share. Like, it's not like he's retired and like, instant transmission up out of here. Like, he's still
he's
very
not out of there.
Deeply ingrained in the company and its relations and its various, core projects that they're going to be working on. But it just frees him up to allow him to do what he claims are his other passions that he never had the energy or time to put into before. And he says he's super passionate about the impact that these organizations can have, about his Bezos Earth Fund, Blue Origin, the Washington Post, and the Day One Fund, whether it's informing you guys with the Post or trying to make the world have a few more years on its ticker.
Yeah, let's not forget that the Post is owned by Bezos.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if you think your news has had a skew before, who knows what it
Yeah, if you
might
thought
have
those
now.
articles about you thought those articles about the whole GME situation were kind of sus, being like, man, these vigilante capitalists are doing some crazy stuff. Like, well, that's because Bezos he kind of owns that publication, so I don't think the Amazon man wants to be like, yeah, guys, fight the power. Like, nah. He's like, I am the power. So
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That could be part of it. I mean, maybe he thought that, Amazon stock was going to get like destroyed in some kind of way, and he didn't want to be responsible for that. Don't know.
But here's the thing: the only reason why people are thinking that is because recently the Federal Trade Commission said that Amazon is guilty of taking tips from their employees, and they've been doing it for quite some time.
63 million in tips from their drivers.
And it's weird because it's like over $60 million, right? Like, that sounds like how the fuck could you do this? A crazy amount of money, an insurmountable amount of money to pay back. But this is Jeff fucking Bezos. My man could take out a chin hair for 60 million, bro. 60 million doesn't affect his livelihood at all.
Yeah, see, it's more of a thing for Amazon, the company, than it is a thing about Bezos. So I don't think Bezos is leaving over something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's like, this is Amazon. This is not necessarily Bezos. But that probably has a hand in what's going on. I mean, for all we know, Bezos was at the Capitol. Like, he's like, shit, they found the pictures. Like, but it could be something like this. Like, there could be some other like work related news that's gonna come out about Amazon's like work, I guess, culture, you could say, that's gonna be fucking terrible to like a PR nightmare for them, and he doesn't want to deal with it. He's like, oh, sorry guys, I'm not the CEO anymore, so it's not my job to really like reshape the image of Amazon after this. I just work for them, don't worry. They're screwing me over too. See guys, I'm on your side.
Hell, maybe it's not all as doom and gloom as we're making it seem. For all we know, he could be like, hey, look, I realized that there was too many blind spots. Look, 60 million in tips gone. Like, man, there's too many blind spots. I clearly was not able to focus on all these projects and maintain what the bullshit thing that every retailer says, the culture of our workplace. That is the biggest crock of shit I think has ever been written in any employee handbook or employee training. The culture here at the Kroger company, there is no culture. It's people doing things they didn't want to do, but they have to do if they want to eat. That's the culture. But anyways,
I mean, maybe he wants that old thing back, Maybe he's trying to reach out to Mrs. Bezos and be like, look, baby, I'm gonna drop down to CEO. I'm gonna have more time for you, and we're gonna make this work. I miss you so much. Oh God.
So so he can start singing songs like, I can lick you up and down till you say DMCA. My video's not getting claimed.
DMCA. Like, oh God, if Jeff Bezos does anything like that, I hope it gets recorded so we can all laugh.
Oh my God. I didn't want to speak it into existence, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are.
I'm speaking it into existence. Jeff Bezos is going to try to serenade his old wife,
his old flame.
We're going to get some video proof. Yep. But she's gonna record it with her boyfriend and be like, look at this doof.
but speaking of doofs and old flames, Nintendo finally put netcode through high school, because after 18 years, what did they do, Mr. Fraudulence? Talk to him.
Oh, they decided that they're gonna get rid of their, old, method that they use for netcode because 'cause they've apparently been using the same netcode, structure, the same netcode system, for 18 years, and, they're gonna finally change it up. They're like, "We heard what you guys are talking about with that rollback netcode, so now we're gonna, go ahead and change up our system. What are we gonna do? Delay-based netcode for Smash." Yeah. What were we using before? Dial-up.
Now you now you may be asking, okay, okay, 18 years. Dang, how long ago was that? What console was out 18 years ago on behalf of the Nintendo brand? The GameCube? From the GameCube to checks notes, February 3rd, 2021, we've been smoking the same internet pack for the longest time. Imagine if you found out today that, I don't know, let's just say for the sake of the argument, Halo the Master Chief Collection was still using the day one servers of the original Halo. Wouldn't be good, would it? Would be even worse than it is today. Like it wasn't built for that.
Nintendo's doing the wildest, man.
And Nintendo just let it rock.
No, they also
And you know what makes me
they also canceled their Zelda and Star Fox shows. So
well, that doesn't actually shock me as much as you would think. But you want to know what I find?
Do you know the reason though?
Actually, no, I don't know the reason.
It's because Netflix employee actually like leaked details about these shows. So Nintendo was like, "Nah, kill it. He ruined it for all of you. I'm taking the ball and going home."
That's funny. Nintendo's
Yeah, so their multiplayer server system apparently is dating back to the Wii U and 3DS era, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Well, if the reports say 18 years, them consoles
This is like
are
this is like a beta for yeah.
those consoles
Yeah.
were not in existence 18
Like maybe they had like
ago.
beta netcode for the beta netcode for the GameCube that they were like, "Oh shit, it doesn't work. Let's keep the structure, but get away." Oh, that's right. In Splatoon 2,
Mhm.
there is
A Windows
a
98
literal
check.
function. Yeah, that checks if it's running on Windows 98. Like what who why? Why?
Like, I don't want to say Nintendo cuts corners, but like they cut corners, bro. There's no other way to say it. Like
It was
I'm just
like
I'm just
were
glad
any
I'm just glad
Nintendo
they admit
games
it.
on PC?
No. I mean,
So like
they've done their utmost to make sure that didn't happen. Obviously, they failed because I mean, you got Moopin 64, which is out here being able to play all your GameCube classics on an emulator. Or
Mhm,
what do they got? Project 20XX
mhm.
now for Smash with online netcode of its own. So like, clearly they didn't stop anybody from cracking the code. But geez, man, 18 years? Are you just now? Come on, Nintendo, you got to get with the fucking program, bro. This is not a good look for you. Now, granted, I would say 95% of the decisions that you've made that are not game announcements in the past half decade or so have not been a good look for you. But as we've seen, Nintendo fans, they're whipped. They will come back. It doesn't matter how bad Nintendo treats them, throws them under the bus. All they got to do is flash a little bit of Sephiroth pectoral muscle, and they're back.
Oh my god. Well, most of them don't know about these intricacies of Nintendo stuff, you know? Nintendo doesn't like come out here and tell
Oh,
everybody that they've been
I'm
using
not
the same
saying
server system for however long. Like so these people are like blissfully unaware and they're like, "Man, I love Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is such a great game." It's like, well,
if you
it's good that
only
that game is
knew,
not online.
if you
Yeah.
only
Oh
knew.
man, I love Smash Bros Ultimate. Let me play this online. Oh my god.
Is that really what you want though? Is that really what you want though? Because I don't think that's really what you want though.
Hey man, Smash is a fun game. I just want to play with my friends.
You fool. That's all I can say is, you fool.
You want to do what?
Did I just catch you having fun? That's Nintendo. That's kind of been their MO as of late, but we are hitting the 90-minute mark and it's already tomorrow. So I feel like now would be a good time to go ahead and say our piece and our final words. So I will let the young genius, the prodigy himself, Mr. Fraudulence, see us out.
All right. Now that we're on to the real part of the podcast now. The Friday will be here soon. The weekend will, be here before you know it. And hopefully by the time you hear this, you'll be having a great, great day, a great, great week, better than whatever the hell has been going on this week so far. Hopefully the year gets less crazy. Valentine's Day is coming, so whoever's gonna enjoy that, you guys have fun. If you're not gonna enjoy that with someone, it's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's nice to have fun with yourself and your things. Anyways, so if you're not already following me on Twitter, I don't know what's wrong with you. You got to do that right now because I put out some gold on that platform. Also, I'll be posting my new video on there whenever I'm done editing that, or because I haven't started editing that yet. But yeah, I plan to put out a new video on YouTube soon. So subscribe to me on YouTube as well. Compel me to make more things. And of course, twitch.tv/subtle fraudulence. That is where you'll always get the most amazing content. I finished my run of No More Heroes 1. So
when are you starting 2?
I'm gonna start 2 next week.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna give it a break because being like, hey guys, come to my stream, and then you see somebody getting like eviscerated by a lightsaber, and it's like, whoa, oh god, no, I just came here for some wholesome fun. And it's like, I'm sorry guys, but the gore is here. I'm going to cut this man in half now. It's like, let's give him a break. So I'm gonna go through like Scott Pilgrim with probably all the characters. So I'll probably do that first, and then I'll go back to No More Heroes 2. And of course, like in between, I'll probably throw in some like fighting game streams here and there when I feel like it. But yeah, No More Heroes 2 is going to be like the big, like long playthrough game that I'll do. Scott Pilgrim is going to be for fun and the break. Yeah. All my VODs are on my YouTube channel because I know Twitch always makes those expire after a certain amount of time. So I'm gonna put together a playlist that has all the VODs of all the archives of the No More Heroes playthrough if anyone wants to see that whole thing. So yeah. And what about you? You got some comments besides the good old internet was a mistake?
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 11. More videos coming. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. But more videos coming your way. Apex Legends. Say the thing. Say the thing.
Oh, more videos coming your way?
More videos coming your way, but say the other thing.
What thing? Oh, was a mistake?
There you go. Yes, another series of mistakes are coming your way. More Apex Legends on the road to pain, disdain, and a whole lot of salt. You could rejuvenate myself in that salt. Unfortunately, I have to go through the pain in order to grow stronger. But that being said, Dragon Ball FighterZ, I don't think that one.
Yeah, oh, that was a mistake.
I don't know if I'll make content for that game anytime soon. Like, it might be like a one-off thing. You're gonna get more Fall Guys though. I'm actually recording some later on, but that's different. That's neither here nor there. But yo, as always, y'all have good games and an even better day. As Subtle Fraud would say, I'm gonna take your word on this one. The internet was a mistake. And other than that, I think we've said our piece. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.